Hi guys, welcome back to High Yield Intraday Trading. So today the thing that I'm going to discuss here is about the accumulation and distribution zones. And guys, what I realized is rather than just putting up the strategies here, I should also concentrate on letting you people, especially the newbies, know about the basics of trading, like the one I'm going to discuss here today. Alright, like I firmly believe that if you have the basics strong, you need not worry about the advanced things that will come up your way. You can grasp them very easily if your basics are clear. Alright, so having that said, let me go ahead and give you a brief description about the two zones I'm talking about. Alright, and also I would like you to note that we check out the zone information in a one-day chart rather than doing it in a smaller time frame. So what we are doing here is we are making a note of the stocks that we can have an eye on for the next day or for the next couple of days to see if it breaks the zone or reverses back from the zone, depending on which we can decide what trade we can take on, whether we should go long or we should go short. Alright, so basically the zones are price areas. Those are price regions where the market is expected to reverse before moving ahead in a particular direction. Okay, now coming on to the accumulation zone, this is an area where we have lack of sellers. Okay, so we can expect the price to go up. So basically the prices hesitate to move further down, but if the price crosses the zone, then we can expect some further down move. Alright, similarly for a distribution zone, this is an area where we have lack of buyers. Okay, so we can expect the price to be going down. Basically the prices hesitate to move further up, but if the prices crosses the zone, then we can expect some further up move. Okay, now just by knowing what a accumulation and a distribution zone do is not sufficient to go ahead and place a trade. Okay, we need to be aware of how exactly we decide on the zones and how to qualify the levels. Yeah, so let me take you to the charts and show you there what I mean to say, so that it will be more clear to you guys. Alright, so taking you to the charts here, I have already shortlisted 4 scripts here. Alright, just to save some time, and I've already drawn some of the zones here. So firstly, we need to know how to determine the zones. Okay, as mentioned earlier, we need to have the one-day chart plotted. So basically, if we see a few candlesticks in a tight sideways range at the swing high or at the swing low, then we can consider it as a zone formation. Okay, now the first example is LNTFH. Okay, now this is the swing high. We can take it as a swing high, and the prices went down, it went up. So when the prices went up, this is the zone that is being formed. Okay, now this is a distribution zone. Okay, now as you can see here, last Friday the candlestick broke the zone and it went up. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, if the candlesticks break the zone, it is expected to go up in a distribution zone. Same way, if the candlestick would not have broken this zone, it would have again come down, which would be an opportunity for us to short this script. Alright, so let me take another example, CenturyTex. Alright, now the low one is the accumulation zone, the high one is the distribution zone. If you mark here, the distribution zone has not formed till now. Okay, I have marked it just for an example. Okay, so the prices came down. Okay, you can take this point and this point to be an accumulation zone. Okay, now the prices came to this line, they also made a double bottom and then it went up. Alright, so the prices were not ready to break the zone and move downwards. Okay, so that is why they move upwards. Okay, now if this candlestick reaches this particular place, then it will form a zone. So there are two things which can happen. Either the candlestick will break this zone and go up further, or it will go inside this zone and then come down. Okay, so if the prices are coming down after touching the zone, then that will be the right place to short the script. Okay, and if the prices enter the zone and then it moves up further, then that will be the point when we can go long. Okay, now moving on to Oro Pharma. Okay, now we also need to know what is a valid zone and what is an invalid zone. Okay, the two examples that I showed you earlier are valid zones. Okay, let me show you what an invalid zone is. Okay, now this in here the prices are coming down. All right, the prices came down, it moved up a bit, and then it came down again. Okay, so when these two bottoms formed, it became an accumulation zone. Okay, now since the accumulation zone was crossed and the prices came down further, so we can go short on the script. All right, now the question is about invalid zone. Now this point here is is not a valid accumulation zone anymore. Okay, the reason is because this price has been crossed and the script has moved down further. Okay, so at this particular time, this is the place. Okay, let me just draw it here. So at this particular time, this is the place which is behaving as an accumulation zone. Okay, now similarly, if you see this top, okay, the price went up, it came down, and it went up further. Okay, so this point is no longer a valid distribution zone anymore, because this has been crossed and the prices has gone above this particular point. Okay, so right now this is not a valid distribution zone. Okay, I hope you are clear on what an invalid zone are. Okay, now moving on to the next example. Okay, now the below highlighted stuff that you see, that is an accumulation zone. The prices came down, they went up, they came down again. Since they came down, these two points behave as a zone. Okay, this whole area behaves as a zone. Also, you can see that these are making a kind of double bottom. Okay, so we can expect the price to be going up further, which is the exact thing which is happening right now. Okay, so this entered the zone, it was not able to sustain, the prices were not ready to move down further. As a result, it started going up again. So this would be the point where we can go long on this script. Okay, now after it goes long, it will again enter a zone here, that would be a distribution zone. Okay, so as I said earlier, if the prices pierce this zone and goes up further, that will be the right time to go long on the script. If the prices get inside or even touch the zone and reverse back, then that will be the time to short the script. Okay, so the most important thing here is to know how to plot or how to draw the zones. So once you are comfortable in drawing the zones, the rest of the concept is very simple. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you guys in this video. Yeah, I would also insist you guys to go ahead and watch out for more videos on YouTube if you want to know more about this stuff, but just make sure that you don't get confused and that you have the basics concept printed very clearly in your minds. Alright, so as I mentioned earlier, I will be doing more videos on the basics of trading so that you guys can give some time to yourselves to brush up the concepts. Also, I think I put in a lot of information in a single video, which I'm gonna avoid from now, but at the end of the day, I'm sure we all will be on the right track, learning new things and making consistent profits. Alright, also if you have not joined my Discord channel, then please go ahead and join in. I'll share the links in the description section and would request you all to like, subscribe and stay tuned for my next video. Thank you so much for all your time. Thank you so much. Bye bye.